What's up, everybody? Welcome to IntellectualRadio.com. You are watching Real Talk with Simeon, Henderson, and the Chicago Fly Guy. We are in the building. It has been a long week off. Been jet setting. Fly Guy's been jet setting. Fly Guy, tell everybody where you just came from.
Brother, your Chicago Fly Guy just came back from the Blues Hall of Fame, where my great-grandmother Lil Green was inducted for her song, Why Don't You Do Right? And yours truly had the honor and the privilege to present her with her. Thank you, brother Earl.
There it
Earl,
is.
it's good to have
Back
Earl, the
in.
other Winfrey here. It's always good to have Earl with us. So your Chicago Fly Guy just came back from, once again, the Blues Hall of Fame in the roaring city of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes.
And we had a great time. My great-grandmother, Lil Green, was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame for her phenomenal song, Why Don't You Do Right? And, of course, yours truly had the honor and privilege of doing the acceptance for her. So I presented the acceptance speech on behalf of my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and our family. And man, it was a wonderful experience. When I tell you the who's who was in the building,
Yes, sir.
Bobby Rush. And look, our frat brother, you know, Big Lou.
Yes,
Big Lou is in the Blues. Big Lou was in the
Yes.
building.
Yes.
So it was a time had by all. And shout out to the Blues Foundation. They rolled out the red carpet for us, and I mean, I couldn't have had a more phenomenal time.
Super dope. And then, your boy went out of town. I was filming. I was in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out. Man, they treated your boy with so much love and respect. Then I get back and had to have surgery. So you guys see this thing on my arm. But I got to give a shout out to Cool Kicks out in South Carolina. Y'all know, as the Fly Guys say, I'm a gym shoe creeper, but I am a true sneakerhead. And I just want to say, look at these shoes that they blessed me with at Cool Kicks. These are the Powder Puff Dunks. You see that? Look at the eye on the back. Man, let me tell you, when I say these shoes are pristine,
That's lime green.
It's a lime green. And the inside, I mean, the shoes are off the chain. They hook me up. Man,
that's
shout out
fluorescent green.
for whatever you want to call it. They cold-blooded.
You gonna put some red with that?
They cold
green,
red.
black, and red.
Oh man, I'm gonna wear all black or all white.
All black. You gotta put some red with that, brother. Green, black, and
I
red.
don't know
Look,
about that.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
call
know about
Jamal Green and tell him you misrepresenting.
I
Black
don't know about
Lives
that.
Matter, brother. Panther up,
Hey,
brother.
this nigga head, not he trying to take me through the movement. But no, but it was super dope out there filming. It's a new TV series called Vibes. So I want to give a shout out to Ice, Darren, Q, the whole crew, the whole cast. It was super dope. I play Ace, who is the bar owner. So if you remember the show Cheers, that's what it puts you in the mind of. It's going to be super dope. I can't wait. And I'm healing from my surgery. And it's been one of those things where I told Fly Guy, I said, man, we can't miss 2 weeks. I said we were gone, we out of town working, but that's what it's about. It's about building, and we've been building because of our fans, because of our viewers, and people that's watching and supporting us. So we're about to get into. We got a good show for you today. We got everything. We got topics. We got the person-to-person letter. We have a special guest in the building today. It's going down. I'll tell you who she is later. But we have a special guest in the building, part of the Divine Nine. You guys know that we in the Divine Nine, Blue Fight. Shout out to all the Sigmas, Zetas, and AKAs, Alphas, Qs, Deltas, Sigma Gamma Rhos, Kappas, Q Dogs. I want to say everybody, Iotas. I want to say everybody, and it's just time to get into it. You ready, man?
I'm ready, brother.
I'm ready to go.
I stay ready so I don't have to get ready.
Yeah,
Don't
you know what?
I am the Fly Guy.
And today I had to get ready, y'all, because
Simeon been doing them acrobats. He got
tired.
to work better on that universal stunt. That's why that arm is in the cash. Y'all know the circuit's coming back this year.
I know dang old well I can't do backflips no more, but I'm still trying. I won't give up the ghost. I ain't gonna give it up. But yeah, so real quick, so in honor of our mothers, we want to say Happy Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day. I want to give a big shout out to my mom who's in heaven and all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to you. And may God continue to bless you because you guys are on point. Love you guys.
Yes, mothers are the rock. Mothers are the backbones of families. They are the matriarchs. They've sometimes had to be the father and the mother.
Yeah.
And so, shout out to my mom, Barbara A. Smith, my G, my favorite girl. Brother, the Intruders couldn't have made a better song. I'll always love my mama. She's
Man.
my favorite girl.
Yes.
My mom is the best Sunday school teacher this side of the Jordan, but inside of that, she is the best parent. And I know we all think that our moms are best, so we all believe
True.
that, and that's true.
True.
It's relevant for everyone.
My mama
However,
can fry chicken better than yours.
see, here we go. Now the competition begins. My mother made better grits than yours.
Okay.
You probably
hey,
ate cream of wheat.
Hey, but you put the grits and the chicken together, grab some waffles. Well,
Brother,
pancakes. So we ain't think about waffles
Look,
back then. It was pancakes.
my mom's like the most nurturing. She lends her ear, she lends her love, she's
Yeah.
unconditional. She's just the greatest. And so it's a joy. And I thank God for still having her in my life. So kudos once again to mothers. We're coming off the heels of Mother's Day. And thank God for women that have done the extraordinary. There are two types of people in the world, ordinary and extraordinary. The only difference in the two are those who are willing to do a little extra.
Yes. So, and it's been actually it's so weird because I don't know if it's just me or I haven't heard a whole lot of bad things in the news in the past week. Maybe I just haven't been watching the news as much, but I haven't been bombarded with negativity this week. And it feels kind of good.
Well, let me bring you to reality.
Okay,
Brother
see,
Simeon.
I knew it couldn't last long.
So what I found to be negativity is, we know the month of May is commencement month. We just came off of Mother's Day. We commenced during the month of May where we celebrate scholastic achievement, those that are graduating. And in the wonderful world of the historical Black colleges and universities, at Howard University, the Nursing and Allied Health Sciences graduation ceremony had to be canceled. Not because of the graduates, but because of the behavior of unruly guests. Simeon, help me understand, how do you go to a graduation? They tell you they have reached the capacity by the fire department and you can't get in. So then you proceed to break the glass out. It looked like the insurrection.
Okay.
Now, y'all can get mad if you want to, but when you start pushing doors and you crammed in an entryway and you break glass, people are injured. Somebody had to be taken off by ambulance to the hospital, and the students were in tears. One young lady graduated magna cum laude.
Yes.
She didn't get to walk. She didn't get to walk in 2020 from high school because of the pandemic.
COVID, yeah.
Now she didn't get to walk after working hard as a scholastic achiever because of the unruly guests. Simeon, give your people some advice. Good advice is only good if you use it. So y'all listen up.
2 words for this situation. Your cousins.
See, it always comes back to the fly guy. I gotta be the fall guy in every situation.
No, but seriously, it's really a shame that people would be that selfish that they don't even look at the totality of the situation or the wholeness of the situation, that, hey, you might not be able to get in, but there are thousands of people waiting to see their loved ones and their hard work, including your loved ones, and their hard work on display for them to get their diploma. And for you to act as such, it's a very selfish act. It's a very selfish act. And it saddens me that these are the things that we have to deal with in our society today. It's so many different things going on that we can't put aside our own selfishness and what we want in order to do something for the greater good. And in this case, the greater good was these young people getting their degrees and them being honored. So
exactly. And it hardened my heart to see that, because you're talking about Howard University.
Yes.
One of the most promising historically Black colleges and universities. Now, I'm an HBCU alum. I went to Southern University, Baton Rouge. Go Jags. Bayou, maybe. Bayou Classic, the granddaddy of them all. NOLA Superdome. We got it in. Mardi Gras, New Orleans. Yeah, bro.
God bless you.
So that's a culture that nurtures you in reaching your full potential in life. You are nurtured in that. And so for those young people to have worked hard and to get to that point, not only are the protesters, because of the war going on in Gaza and the anti-Semitism, they're disrupting graduations. They just recently booed Jerry Seinfeld at Duke. And
Wow.
so, yeah, they
The
booed
white
him.
people booed him.
The white, your cousins,
Yeah, no,
your other
have
friends,
cousins.
yeah,
Have cousins.
mayonnaise in them.
Yeah.
They ripped off
What?
Seinfeld. A dozen students
Wow.
walked out of the graduation.
Wow. And did they
And
say
then
why?
we come back and we do this. But see, the world will talk about what happened at Howard University and sweep Jerry Seinfeld's incident under the rug.
Now we're not gonna sweep it under. We're gonna let y'all know that
That's
happened
why
there
the fly
too.
guy's talking about it.
It happened over there too. So it's just, man, people are, it's we're in a day and age where people feel like they can say whatever they want to do whatever they want to do, and there are no repercussions and consequences behind it. So I'm starting to blame our government and the people that's in position, because we're letting too many things fly.
I believe in freedom of protest, and I do believe in freedom of speech.
Yeah, but I don't
Protest is
believe
to
in.
stir
But
up.
yeah,
It is to,
but I don't believe in.
it's to bring attention to something for a cause. It's okay to be a rebel sometimes. It's
Yeah,
okay to be militant, but it's not okay to be disruptive
that's
and
that's the
destructive.
that part right there. That's the part I don't agree with. If you're going to bring attention to and you want to protest, okay, but do it in a cool fashion. Honor the people that's being honored. Don't, so you don't be dishonorable by being an idiot, for a lack of
Simeon,
better words. I keep
Simeon
it, y'all know I keep it real.
Henderson.
No, and I'm saying that's idiotic behavior. It's not.
It is.
It's
No,
idiotic
I
behavior.
agree. It's
So
totally
if
disruptive.
you're um bringing off idiotic behavior, I'm going to point it out. And just doing that, you're not thinking about anybody but yourself. You're not thinking about the people that worked hard, the people that got put in a position to be honored. You're just thinking about what you want, and I think that's wrong. So,
That is wrong.
you
But
know,
you know what? You are on with Real Talk, and I am your Chicago Fly Guy here with my right hand man, my brother from another mother, Simeon Henderson. Hit us up at 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. And let us hear your thoughts on the disturbance at Howard University and how you would feel if that was your loved one that had worked hard to get that diploma and then they couldn't hear their name called because there was so much unruly behavior going on in the background that the people on stage couldn't be honored.
and speaking about being honored, let me throw some kudos out in the sports world. Okay, today was the opening night for the WNBA. There's been so much talk about Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson and Aaliyah Thomas, all these different people. Asia, I just want to say that women's basketball has evolved. I'm talking about truly evolved. And the thing I want to say is that,
Bring on the Barbie.
man, look, we going to some games, so we going
Oh,
the
definitely.
fly guy
We
and
already been offered
we go
VIP
we going
seating.
to some games, and I'm telling you right
Oh,
now, I need to give me a couple of autographs, and it's gonna be cool because you guys, as you guys know, I
I gotta
coach
give me
girls
some Sky
basketball.
paraphernalia. I don't think
Yeah,
I own anything now.
yeah. All you gotta do is pay for it. You'll get
But maybe somebody donated to me.
it. I know
Maybe
you
the
want that free.
Barbie will hand me something. You think the Barbie will hand Angel Reese, where you at?
The Bayou Barbie.
She's the Shy Fly,
The
Shy
shot
Town
the
Barbie now.
Chi-Town Barbie.
Yes.
She gonna and them. She gonna
Yeah.
be no.
Maybe she'll throw me a little something. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Come on with
we
thank you,
got some.
Earl. Earl gave me a wristband. I already got something.
Now,
Earl just hit me up.
Earl,
Thanks,
you know don't
Earl.
nobody wear wristbands no more.
Simeon
Wristbands and
mad.
afros.
Simeon mad. The fly guy can't have
Hey,
nothing.
look.
Simeon mad. He mad because he ain't got
Well,
nothing. He
well,
got that
it's
cast on his arm, and I'm wearing a
hey,
wristband on mine.
it's fitting because the fly guy is from the era of wristbands and afros. So you did the right thing, Earl. You threw it to the right one. So we gonna let you have that one, brother. You can have that one. But not only that, in the NBA, man, things been heating up in the NBA. The Minnesota Timberwolves had knocked down the Denver Nuggets 2-0 in Denver. But then they came back and Denver Nuggets won 2 games in a row in Minnesota. So now they're back in Denver tonight. So we're gonna see what's happening with that. And then we got Indiana and Dallas. They fighting. And is it Dallas? Yeah. And then no, not Dallas. I'm sorry. We got Indiana and Who they playing? Who Indiana playing? I forgot. New York. Indiana and New York are fighting, and then we got Dallas and OKC fighting. So it's really cool. But I'm mad because y'all know my boy LeBron is at home. So, but he'll be back next year.
He will be.
But make sure
Definitely.
you guys stay in tune with baseball, hockey. Hockey's doing real good, man. Today, before I came to the show, I was watching Boston playing. The Boston was playing against Florida, and they were up. So we'll see what happens. But they're down 3-1. So Boston trying to come back. So just stay in tune. We're just giving you a little bit, but we're gonna get right back into the show.
And
Let's go,
that has
Fly Guy.
been your sports. So in the city of Chi, we want to send our congratulations to Tammy Anderson. Now, who is Tammy Anderson?
Yeah, who is Tammy
Tammy
Anderson?
Anderson is someone you need to know. She is your crossing guards that was recently honored by the city of Chicago.
Mhm.
She has a megawatt smile and she dances like Michael Jackson. She dances the kids into the classroom.
See, that's what I'm talking
at
about.
Beasley Academic Center. Her post is at 53rd and State. And man, when I tell you this sister is ignited, she is out there every rain,
Man.
sleet, or snow. She's always out there and she's always in her groove. She is in her element. And I think it's big to shout her out because you don't have activism like that in the community, really.
Mhm.
And when a crossing guard, I don't care what job you have or what role you are ever in, do your best.
Yes.
You never let anybody diminish you or dismiss you. You never have to dim your light. This lady takes pride in what she does. She's proud of those children. Those children come and they're smiling all the way through the
And
door.
I know the
at
kids love
Beasley
her, man.
Academic Center.
I
Oh
know the
my
kids
God.
love her.
And she was acknowledged yesterday by the mayor and city officials, and she received an award, a very nice plaque, and she's once again one of four. So shout out to all the others. But Tammy is in our community, and so we want to acknowledge her for her efforts, her work, and her unwavering, unconditional love for the community. Community needs to come together, and that's exactly what she's doing.
And speaking of that, tax season just passed, right? I want to give a shout out to the crackhead that stands in front of Liberty Tax, spinning the thing. You know, he be spinning the thing and getting people to come
Why
in.
does it have to be a crackhead? Why does it have to be a crackhead?
Wait, I ain't trying to be funny. That's, you know, with the arrow be spin. Man, I've never seen nobody twirl this thing like that. He twirls that thing, throw it up, catch it where it's supposed to be. Like the balance and the preciseness of his moves.
Didn't I just say take pride in whatever it is that you do? Whatever your job is, do it and be diligent about it.
Earl, they need to have him at halftime with Benny the Bull. I swear to God, man, I was like, this dude, he cold with it. And you know, I record everything.
See, you was his audience.
Man, look, but I'm telling you,
and the fact that you pulled your video camera out, he probably went all in.
He saw me recording him, man. He threw that thing up, turned when it was in the air,
juggling.
I was, I said, boy, you better do that. I gave that dude $10.
Oh my God. You got $10 for me?
No,
I'm gonna juggle this paper.
You juggle that paper, I got $10. But seriously though, I tell people all the time, I don't care if you work at McDonald's, if you work at a law firm, whatever it is that you do, you need to take pride in what you're doing while you're doing it, because that doesn't mean that's your set place. But the fact that you're out there, you're working and you're doing something, it opens up doors. You never know who's going to see you. You know, I mean, come on, man. The circus might see him and be like, man, we need somebody to do that, and you'll go from being homeless to traveling with the circus and getting paid.
That's true. I mean, it's not unheard of that people have found success in the artistry of music because they were singing in a subway.
Look at the Bucket Boys, Earl. Those kids started off playing those buckets. Man, it went from that, and look how people picked up. You ever heard of the Blue Man Group?
Exactly.
And Stomp and all of that. All of that derived and came from watching the Bucket Boys. I'm telling you, they playing the buckets like they got a full drum set.
Be like your Fly Guy.
Man, let me tell you something. You used to play the buckets?
Be a trendsetter.
You look like a bucket boy.
I'm a trendsetter. I never played buckets. I'm a trendsetter. But we're going to dive into this.
Here we go.
Real talk letter.
I've been waiting for this all week, guys. These real talk letters have been off the chain. People have been watching the show, writing in, asking for advice. Today, let's see what we got today. What we got?
So we're going to dive into the real talk letter. Then real talk is going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back with our phenomenal and fabulous guest.
Michelle
So stay tuned.
Turner, First Lady.
Here is the letter for your listening ear. Dear Real Talk, I wish to begin with saying the show is off the chain. I especially enjoy the Dear Real Talk letter. Although I enjoy the letters, I never thought I would find myself writing in. Well, it is what it is. Here's my situation. 6 months ago, I began dating who I assumed would be my forever 5-star fox. All right. Prior to our dating, I would see Lady J occasionally in the local Starbucks coffee shop in my community. Fellas, I must admit, when I first laid eyes on Lady J, I was like, damn, she's a star.
That's $1, Earl.
You know how it is when you lay eyes on a fine package. I said to myself, I have to get to know her. We made eye contact. I winked. She smiled. I took that as my approval to approach her. I made my introduction. Shortly afterwards, we each received our Starbucks drinks, and I was in a satisfying conversation with the one who I deemed a star and possibly to access my bucks.
Stalker.
Lady J just put a bitter taste in my mouth from the initial sweet taste I enjoyed upon our initial meeting. She expressed interest with us having an open relationship. I absolutely forbid this idea. I cannot entertain the thought of another dude benefiting from my woman's cookie. Real talk, I'm struggling with how to respond to this. I can't process her sudden desire for outside play dates. Please offer your solid advice. Sign the non-negotiable compromise for outside investments. Oh my
hey,
God.
I got-
This here is a letter, Simeon.
I got one thing to say.
Woo!
And we can take a call too, Earl. That's cool.
All right.
Hey, he ran into a freak.
Well, look, okay. So here's my take on this. The fact that you've been with her for 6 months and now all of a sudden she wants an open relationship. Maybe that's her way of indicating something ain't going on that's satisfying her.
brother.
No, listen up, Sim. You don't know.
Okay.
Maybe that's her way of indicating something ain't going on that's satisfying her. She don't want to completely step away. She just want a little bit more options. I'm just
Fly
saying.
guy. That's who she is, brother. She's been the freak. She had the freak
She a
cage
freak
down.
because she want an open relationship.
Listen, yeah, she had it. She had it caged for as long as she could cage it, and then those desires started tapping on her shonda, and now she need a couple extra hands to scratch that itch, that desire that she has. So now she decided, hey, let's do this. We're gonna take a caller. We're gonna take a people calling in, y'all. They will call in right in the middle of the letter. But hey, so let me tell you like this, brother. I'm gonna say this.
I don't think that makes her a freak, and I don't think that makes her. I think she's trying to send a message.
It don't make her a freak because she won't.
Because she want an open relationship. That don't make her.
Yes,
a freak.
it do. That mean you can't just.
She,
not
if she a freak, she could be a freak with him.
No, but evidently she wanted to be a freak.
Well,
with
that's
more
the reason why I'm saying, bro, it's something not right with this because she don't want. She looking for other options. She trying to test the water.
Well, we got a young lady coming on the show, so we're gonna ask her opinion about this.
We're gonna ask her if the girl a freak.
Look, let me tell you something, brother.
Ask her if the woman is a freak.
If you, Earl, if you with a woman and she decides she needs a little more, that means that
they told me Monique had an open relationship with her husband.
Okay, so
people have
she's
open
a freak
relationships.
too.
That means she a freak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it sounds to me like she trying to weigh some options.
No, it sounds like to me she want her cake and eat it too.
So would you coincide with it? Would you coincide?
Don't put me on the spot like that.
I'm just asking. Everybody want a freak in the bed. So now that you didn't identify her as a freak, you gonna co-sign on her?
I'm with old boy. I don't want somebody else, and I want to share. I don't want to share.
If she bring a woman into the fold,
nope, I ain't doing it. Nope.
Cause she said she want an open relationship.
What do you think I'm gonna say in front of thousands of people that I'm gonna do that?
Well,
no, I'm not.
You didn't say.
I'm not saying that.
You didn't already define what's going on in the
I used to have an IEP, but I'm not slow anymore. I'm not putting myself in that trick bag. You're not doing that to me.
Look,
no, brother. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. If you with me, you gonna be with me. You ain't
there
gonna get
you go.
And I don't want nobody. Daddy, I don't want nobody else. You ain't getting nobody else. And then if we gotta go separate ways, we'll do that. But I ain't gonna do it.
Look, hit your fellas up at 708-223-8953. Brother, I don't think you should co-sign on this. I think you should stick with your guns.
Yeah.
You feel like, you absolutely forbid this. You don't want to have to vision or think about somebody in your woman's cookie and all of
But
that.
my question
going
is this,
on.
Fly Guy Earl, he didn't see this coming?
Maybe not.
There should have been signs, like when they're making love,
what's the
she's
sign?
always grabbing a toy, and she got to have like something else going on with.
So when they make
the whole
love, she
situation.
calling out Roscoe's name.
No, not calling out Roscoe, grabbing on the Paco and pulling them in the mix.
I don't think women. First of all, Simeon, women are very careful and very smart
About
when
what?
they doing things. When they doing things, women they not gonna be sloppy.
No,
So she probably didn't show signs.
That's true.
She probably didn't show signs. Women are not sloppy. They not careless on no front. So she probably didn't show signs.
Okay.
She probably made this brother think he was king of the castle.
She probably did.
She probably made him feel like he was the rock.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she got up and went in the bathroom and
showed him that he was the pebble.
Right.
He went from the rock to the
cup of coffee. I don't need a cigarette. Just give me a cup of coffee.
What do you guys think? The number's on the screen, 708-223-8953. What do you think about this situation? Fellas, would you go along with it? Women, do you think she's a freak because now she wants more than one? I mean, think about it. A guy, if it's a guy, he's a hero, right?
Well, if
but
she
it's
was
a woman,
freak, I'm gonna say this, and then we can take our break, and then we can bring in our guest.
Okay.
But if she was a freak, she could just flat out have a menage a trois. She didn't have to say she wanted an open relationship.
But ain't that the same thing though?
No, not necessarily.
Kind of.
If she just a freak and she just trying to experience and explore broad horizons, she don't have to say I want an open relationship.
Yeah.
She can just go for what's in the moment at that time, get her groove on, and then going back to this brother.
Yeah.
But an open relationship, she wants other options. She wants to explore other amenities.
Right.
It's something that's not going on here. That's all that's soothing for her.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So in other words, he's not getting to the back.
But I'm gonna say, brother, hold on to your guns. If you all have a solid relationship and this is solid advice, that's what you asked for, then you sit down and you guys have a hard conversation. You got to have that uncomfortable conversation. You're going to have to inquire about some things. She's going to have to be very open. Transparency.
She's already been open.
No, transparency.
She ain't had nothing.
Transparency is going to be key. And if you want to seek counseling, relationship counseling, you could try that, because it sounds like that you are really feeling this sister. You like Lady J. I don't know. I can't say if you love her, in love. I don't know all those details, but you feeling her.
Don't waste your money, brother. She just told you who she is.
See,
she did. She just told you who she is.
But
I'm not wasting no money on no
compromise.
Yep, no, compromise.
He has to give it thought and compromise. Look at what do you have to lose? You really like this woman. You really like her. The fact that he wrote in, he took the time to write this, says that he's like, because he's hoping somebody tells him.
If you had a P. Diddy party and P. Diddy said, come to the room, you got to compromise?
Now threw this man under the bus. No, I wouldn't go to a P. Diddy
party. There you go. You ain't got to compromise.
I wouldn't be at the party.
Well, I don't know. I might go to the party.
I ain't going to the party.
On.
I ain't going to the party. You'll never see Fly Guy in film. But this is real talk. Hit us up, 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back with more real talk.
He said you'll never see Fly Guy.
Waiting on somebody to get on your level. Waiting on that one that could just switch up the flow. Party every weekend, but still like to smoke at home. Here I am. 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 Sorry I was late, but damn, oh, here I am. 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 Waiting on somebody to get on your level. Waiting on that one that could just switch up the flow. Party every weekend, but still like to smoke at home. Here I am. 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 Sorry I was late, but damn, oh, here I am. 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 Here I am.
What's up, everybody? We are back on IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. It is Real Talk with Simeon and the Fly Guy. We've been having a little fun. That person-to-person letter, it really ticked me off because I feel you, brother. Lady J is a pimp.
Oh,
She's
now
a
she
pimp.
went from being a freak
She's
to a pimp.
Hey, she a pimp. She's trying to pimp you, brother. So if you want to be pimped, get pimped. But if it was me, I wouldn't get pimped. So you make a decision. Have fun. But I mean, if you really love her, you might have to compromise or find somebody that don't want to be with.
We wish you the best, my brother.
We do. Speaking of that, before I wanted to go right into asking her this question, but I have to bring her in, everybody. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest with us today, and the city of Chicago is preparing for the Democratic National Convention in August 2024. This is a critical election year. It's important for everyone to exercise their right as a citizen to vote. So please take the opportunity to find out about groups and organizations who can lead you to the polls.
One group of organizations who believe in the power of rocking the vote are the historical Black Greek letter organizations. These organizations were started in the early 1900s on college campuses worldwide. Many of them began at the historical Black college, Howard University. The alum of U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris. The prominent leaders within these organizations are navigating their communities, families, and professions on a path towards success. Joining the Real Talk conversation tonight is First Lady Michelle Turner. Michelle is a finer woman of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and she is the beloved wife of Brother David A. Turner, international first vice president of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity.
Did y'all hear
Incorporated?
He said
go mob.
He said international, not regional. Not local, international. That's like as big as you can get. And yeah. So man, if you guys are watching the show, make sure you call in. We had a bunch of people calling in while we were doing the letter, so we couldn't pick up, but you can still call in. The number's in the link. Call in if you have any questions. And before we go into it, now I'll save this, First Lady. But here we go. So you are a member of Zeta Phi Beta, right?
I am.
And
very, very proud.
Very proud. Okay, I see you rocking the blue and white. And you are married to the first international Vice President David Turner. So let's talk about this, because I've seen, it's so funny because I really wasn't aware of how many relationships are built with, if one is in a fraternity, the other one's in a sorority, and watching them band together, in the frat. And I've even seen different, like one can be a Sigma, one can be an AKA, or, so, and I think that's cool. It's all the Divine Nine. But take us back down memory lane. How did you meet this brother? How did you meet David?
We met in high school.
High school. Okay, what school was that?
Lindblom Technical High School.
You see, she threw that technical in there. She's trying to show y'all she's smart.
Hey, it's not Lindblom Technical anymore. It's Lindblom Math and Science now.
What? I just went to a
high
regular school.
Sweetheart.
So you guys are high school sweethearts.
Well, David was sweet on me.
Oh,
but you weren't feeling David? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, we were friends. We were really friends, but
you was like Lady J?
No, I was not.
Please don't compare the First Lady to Lady J.
No, I'm saying you talked to him, but you wanted to talk to other people.
No.
Okay,
no.
just checking. Go ahead, darling.
No, I had a boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
So I was being unlike Lady J.
Oh, so he was trying to snatch.
He was.
Okay.
He was trying to snatch.
He looked like, and he have light skin, so he looked like he was trying to take somebody's girl. Tall, light skin, Al B. Sure looking like.
He was tall. He's not light skinned.
He lighter than me.
He's lighter than me too. But let him tell it. He's not.
Yeah.
No. He asked me on prom,
Mhm.
and I unfortunately had to turn him down.
Because you had a boyfriend.
Because I had a boyfriend. But
Okay.
Let him tell it. I just broke his heart and just left him hanging in the wind.
Yeah.
But we we met in high school. We
Mhm.
were really good friends in high school. We went to the same university of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
Okay.
We were still friends. He pledged Sigma spring of 91.
Mhm.
I pledged Zeta fall of 91.
Okay.
We were still friends, just went our separate ways.
Mhm.
But things happened in life and everything. We stayed friends, and we were finally both single at the same time. And so he decided to shoot his shot again.
There you go. That was the
So
opportunity he was waiting for.
It's called destiny.
That's cool. Now, as an international leader of a substantial organization like Phi Beta Sigma, do you ever find, First Lady, the tug on David interruptive to your household due to the necessary attention he has to divert to other obligations?
I don't know that it disrupts the household
Mhm.
because there's an understanding there. When David decided that he was going to run for an international office, we literally had a sit down conversation regarding what it actually meant
Mhm.
in terms of time, in terms of travel. We had a very long conversation, and if this was something that our marriage could withstand.
Mhm.
Now, mind you, David's been in Sigma politics since before we got married. So he started in 2016
Mhm.
running for international treasurer. We got married in 2017.
Okay.
So when he did not become treasurer in 2017, I had brothers coming to me saying, hey, you have to get him to become regional director for Great Lakes.
Mhm.
They didn't go to him.
Right.
They came to me.
Okay.
And then to me, that was out of respect and understanding that there is a marriage here, and politics, regardless of whether it's Sigma politics, Zeta politics, or national politics, has an impact on a marriage.
Right.
So we sat and we spoke about that as well.
Mhm.
So everything that David does within Sigma, if he's taking it to another level, he and I sit down and we talk about what it means to our household and what it would mean for our marriage.
I think that's great because communication is so important in everything.
That's super
It
dope.
doesn't allow for any surprises.
So this question, you answered it a little bit, but I want to be very specific in this. What were your innermost thoughts and feelings when he shared with you that he wanted to be or he wanted to run for international treasure, knowing that you guys, because that was when you guys were planning your wedding?
Yes.
What was your thoughts about that?
Well, the initial thought was he'll stay out of my hair and I can plan my wedding the way that I want to plan it.
Okay.
That was my initial thought.
Okay.
But to know David is to know that when he aspires to do something, it's because he sees that there's a change that he can make, and he can make that change for the better.
Mhm.
He sees that there's good that he can do. And so when he initially talked about wanting to run for treasurer, it was there's things that I would love to do and things that
Mhm.
I would love to, bring to the brotherhood. So which I thought was amazing because he and I have both been in our organizations for a very long time, and you have to be the change that you want to see.
There it is. So there was purpose. There was purpose behind. There was purpose and vision behind what he wanted to do. And you were
Absolutely.
down for that. That's cool. That's cool.
So, First Lady, we know that U.S. government politics can be brutal. It can be very, very challenging. Is politicking the same in the fraternity organization? If so, how has that impacted you or
a wife.
David as a wife, mentally and emotionally?
So politics is the same.
Okay.
It does not matter whether it's,
The Oval Office or the president of the fraternity.
it does not matter. Politics is politics. And as a wife, a mother, you you want to protect those you love.
Right.
And so as a wife, if politics are politicking, as people say, my first initial thought is, that's my husband. My role is to protect my husband. But then I have to step back and say, he has this.
Yeah.
Because he knows what needs to be done, what needs to be said. He is best to bring that message. So let me just pull back and know that he has it. Although the teeth marks in my tongue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's so
I wonder
funny.
if Michelle Obama got teeth marks. In
I'm
her
sure
tongue.
she
In her
does.
tongue.
I'm sure she
probably
does.
got
Bit her
bald
tongue
spots
off.
in the back of her hair from when she's pulling her hair out. It's so cool to hear you say that, because I thought a lot of people know that I ran for office last year for the new a new seat in Chicago, and it was for district council. And me being naive, thinking it's just district council, so it's not going to be the same and all that. Man, let me tell you something. Same thing when it comes to people being cutthroat, people talking behind your back, people being underhanded. When people are running for office on every level, it's the same. It's just a different level.
That's all.
And I found that out. So it was so kudos to you for
New
putting
levels,
up with
new
it.
devils.
Man. So let me ask you this. What's tell us something interesting about David. It's like most members of his fraternity organizations, something that us, because we know David, tell us something interesting about him that we might not know. Me and all the brothers like Belby and Dre and
Spill the tea.
That you won't know.
that we don't know.
Something about
Something
him that we
interesting
don't
about him
know.
that we don't know.
Right.
Because I know it's something.
What most people don't know about David is that David is really funny.
I
People,
wouldn't
I
think
wouldn't
that.
have known.
I know.
Right.
He's so
I
quiet.
know.
I wouldn't.
people do not think it.
Stand
but
up funny. Bernie Mac funny.
I won't go that far.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't go that far. But David is extremely funny, and I'm a very extroverted person, and so you have to be able to keep my attention, and we have to be able to talk intelligently, and you have to be able to make me laugh. And one of the things, even my daughter, she said she would always hear us laughing.
That's cool.
And people don't realize, they see the suit, they see the business, they see, this is David Turner, the accountant, but they really don't realize how funny he is. And so that is something that I think takes people by surprise if they ever hear him or if he claps back. It's like, David? But he's very funny.
Yeah, he it was, every year the founders at the Founders Day, our Founders Day party we always have on the South Side. I saw him, and it was funny because I had called him a couple of times. He told me that he was traveling, so I get it. Trust me, I get it. And I saw him, and as soon as he beat me to it. He's like, "Man, I owe you a phone call." I said, "Nah, Negro, it's too late now. You didn't call me." And then, but he had cracked the joke, and I looked at him, and I just started laughing. I was like, when you start cracking jokes, because I'm always used to him being serious, and even when he's not serious, he looks serious. So I get it. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, that's
so
good to
everybody
know.
watching, David does have a sense of humor.
He does.
That's almost an
If you've never
icebreaker.
encountered it, he does have a sense of humor. It's kind of like Belby. I thought Belby was one of the most serious people I ever knew.
Not Belvy.
Yeah, and I've known Belby for years. And then I remember one time I saw him laughing and having fun. I was like, oh shoot, there is a God.
Something's wrong with Simeon. So, First Lady Michelle, was the strategic plan that all roads would lead to becoming presidential, therefore running for international treasurer and GL regional director? So was that the strategy to get to
No,
being president?
that was never the strategy.
Okay.
The strategy was for him to run for treasurer.
Okay.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That literally was it. He was going to run for international treasurer. That's what he wanted. That was the goal, and that was it. And it wasn't until brothers from the Great Lakes region came to me. They came to me first before they went to David. And they came to me in Detroit. Now, if you remember, Conclave was in Detroit that year when he ran for
Yes.
treasurer. So after he lost that election, brothers sought me out and said, Soror Turner, you have to get him to run for RD. We have to have him in a leadership position. David never thought about running for RD. It was not even on his radar. And he finally said, okay, bae, are we doing this? I said, yes, let's do it. Because it's not him just doing it. We're doing it together. So he became RD. He loved being regional director. It never, came across his plate to run for international first vice president. And then he started wanting to implement programs. And he said, I'm going to do this on the regional level. So he implemented different programs on the regional level, Perks at Work, just different programs, which were amazing. And it was almost like, well, why can't the whole brotherhood get this?
Yeah.
So in order for him to take it to the brotherhood, he needed to be on the national level. Yeah. So then we talked about it. Okay. International first vice president, what does that entail? And he's talking to me about it. I said, and I looked him dead in the face. I said, if you do this, are you ready to be president?
Because that's next.
Right. Because you don't run for international first vice president if you're not ready to be president. So he stopped for a moment and he said, I didn't think about that, but I'm going to think about that. And then he came back and he said, I can make a difference. There it is. So I'm going to run for international first vice president.
That's dope. Yeah. And it was the brotherhood and the confidence that the brotherhood has in his leadership that was effective with getting him and giving him a little bit more ambition to seek that out. And that's good. Absolutely. That's cool. And that's great to know, because the Great Lakes region got behind Brother Turner and wanted to elevate him. And you are a dynamic, phenomenal partner, because what you are describing is partnership. Marriage is a union and it is a partnership, and you are supporting him truly behind every great man as a greater woman, because that's just what you defined and described as you're sitting here talking and describing how you're supporting your husband. What does this look like? How does that integrate into our lives? What's going to be the next effect? What do we do next? What next steps do we take? That's what I'm hearing. Kudos to you.
And we can learn a lot from that, Michelle. And I appreciate it, because the Fly Guy and I, we supported David from regional director all the way through up to now. He was on the show before. And when it was cool, because when I sat down and got to interview him and we talked to him, I saw that he was the man for the job. And I knew because, when you game recognize game, leaders recognize leaders, and great people recognize greatness, right? And seeing the way he talked and the passion and what he wanted to make happen and make a difference, it was like, yeah, this brother gonna win, and then he's gonna have to be ready to run for president. And that's why I'm glad that we were able to sit down and talk to you about him, and people get to see, not just, I think it's cool when people can not just hear from the person, but hear from someone who's close to him. And then we know that's going to be sincere. And just by the way you talk, we see that you're going to tell it like it is.
Absolutely.
And I love that. I love that about you. And we've heard a lot about David, and we know that you were recently honored as Chicago Defender Woman of Excellence. So congratulations to you on that.
Kudos.
Thank you.
Right. So what we're seeing that partnership develop and just blossom into something that everyone is privy to and get a chance to experience. So tell us, what was it like for you getting that type of getting that type of honor? Chicago Defender Woman of Excellence. What was that like?
So it was a surprise, first of all.
Mhm.
And I was very honored and very humbled, because the work that I do, whether it's work with the sorority, work with another organization, I do it because that's what's within me to do. It's what I love to do. God says, when I bless you, you bless others. So I don't do it for recognition. I do it out of the love in my heart. So for me to be recognized by the Chicago Defender was really truly amazing and humbling, and I'm so thankful and grateful that God gave me the spirit to give, and to give selflessly, because giving back in the community is a selfless act. It's not a selfish one. It's a selfless one. So it's really very humbling, and I am truly honored to say that I am a 2024 Chicago Defender Woman of Excellence among a ton of different Black women who are also excellent.
Thank you.
That is awesome. And the Turner household is in the building at Real Talk, and they represent Black love and Black excellence. And now, Michelle, as we close out, please direct our viewers as to where they can connect with Brother Turner, who is the heart and soul of culture for service and service to humanity.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
He said it's so good. She's watching the show.
Direct
on the show. Michelle, she watching the show.
So First Lady Michelle, please direct our viewers to where they can connect with your husband,
Okay.
Mr. David A. Turner, on social media.
Okay.
Because David Turner is a Chicago leader.
He
he is the heart
is.
and soul of culture for service and service to humanity.
He is. So on social media, you can find him at International Phi Beta Sigma. Let me make sure I get it right. Phi Beta Sigma First Vice President on Instagram and on Facebook.
Okay.
You can find him both places, and you can see him out at multiple events, because he will hit multiple events in one day.
So he's on the social scene.
He
That's
is.
great.
That's good. Okay. So before I say bye, I want to give because we're gonna close out with you on the show, but I want to give a big shout out to the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams, our first round pick. Let me throw on my Bears hat. So I got to give a shout out to. It's so cool. I was telling Fly Guy, he actually had this exact hat on during his interview. So I said, "Oh man, I didn't have to burn it and throw it away in the first place."
I hope he threw a touchdown and not an interception.
No, he not yet. They ain't started yet. Oh, they started
Just saying.
But shout out to the Chicago Bears, and hopefully we're gonna have an awesome season, and we're looking forward to it. So welcome, Caleb Williams, first round draft pick. We welcome you to Chicago, and we're getting ready for you. And Michelle, thank you so much for joining Real Talk with Simeon, with me and the Fly Guy. Continue to encourage, motivate, and inspire others to become successful. God bless you, your friends, and your family, and keep doing what you're doing. You look beautiful. That smile is contagious.
Thank you for having
She
me.
has a crisp smile. She could do a commercial
Yes,
Colgate.
Hey,
She has a beautiful smile.
Thank
So,
you.
but before we go, I got everybody. They're putting it in the question. They wanted me to ask you this. So really quick, do you think that he should stay with old girl, or should he just let her go and buy her
Oh my
business?
God! They back
Okay.
at the letter.
So honestly,
Honestly,
he should move on.
Yeah.
Because there's a movie, it's called My Favorite Five.
Mhm.
And in the movie, the woman says that there are 5 men that will give you everything that you need.
Mhm.
And there's one for love, one for sex, one for money,
Mhm.
one for fabulous dates,
Mhm.
but there is not one person who will give you
All of that.
everything.
Okay.
But then she found one person who
Mhm.
could give her everything,
Mhm.
and she let everyone else go. So if after 6 months she wants an open relationship, let her have it.
Mhm.
You find somebody else.
Yeah. Tell him to go watch the
There
movie,
it
brother.
is.
Go
You
watch
heard
the
it
movie.
from the First Lady.
All right, Fly Guy, say bye to the people, man.
Look, We will meet you right back, same time, same place at Real Talk, Intellectual Studio Lounge, and iHeartRadio. Remember to be encouraged. Let nobody steal your joy. They didn't give you the joy the world didn't give. The joy is the same joy the world cannot take away.
That's a gospel song for those y'all who don't know that, who don't go to church. Hey, I'm your man Simeon. Thank you guys so much. Always be symbolic. The motivational word for today, I'm doing a new shirt, a new Be Symbolic shirt, and it is IF. It's IYF. That is impress yourself first. Stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to make people think you're something you're not. Look in the mirror. Please yourself. Be happy with yourself. Do for yourself, because when you're deeply rooted, it'll stimulate your growth. Go get it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you. First Lady,
Thank you.
David Turner, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Shout out to the Divine Nine. Fly Guy, Simeon, we out of here. Intellectual Radio.
Deuces!
Early of the Winfrey, our producer. Thank you guys. See you next time. Peace.